Ladies and gentlemen, politicians do the darnest things for attention. As they say, out of sight is out of mind. So today, we had the BJP's Tamil Nadu chief Annamalai publicly flogging himself 6 times. 8 if you count the 2 weak whips. To be fair to him, he did complete his promise of 6 whips. Now, the former IPS officer who led the BJP in the last elections, general elections, and scored a duck, says his penance is deeply rooted in Tamil culture. But point is, why the penance? What wrong has he done? Well, he says he hasn't done any wrong, but the DMK government has. He says the DMK government in the state has been unjust to the people of Tamil Nadu. And the last nail on the coffin, so as to speak, was the rape of a student inside the Anna University campus. So, ladies and gentlemen, in full glare of local and national cameras, Mr. Annamalai flogged himself. Not once, not times, but full 6 times, till a supporter came and hugged him and asked him to stop. Now, it doesn't end there. Mr. Annamalai says he will, as part of his penance, also fast for the next 48 days and not wear footwear till the DMK is ousted in 2026. In that press conference that he had held yesterday, he took out his shoes and says, till 2026, till the time the DMK is not ousted, I'm not wearing shoes, I'm not wearing slippers, I will walk barefoot. Of course, I think he's allowed to wear socks. Now, all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty optimistic talk for a man who lost his own election in 2024.
This is not against any person, not against anything. It is against the continuous injustice that is happening in the state. And what has happened in the Anna University is only a tipping point. If you look at what is happening in the last 3 years, continuous injustice against common people, against women, against children, high corruption that is happening, and more importantly, the administrative inefficiency in which the common men are affected every single day. And flogging ourselves, what we call whipping, what we call satayadi in Tamil, is only a process of surrendering to the higher power, surrendering to the God. So I request all the cadres and all the leaders to work more harder in the state, because coming 2026, our goal should be to remove DMK from power and to regain Tamil Nadu's lost glory.
Now, the DMK and the Congress, of course, were quick to rubbish this so-called atonement, saying that this is nothing more than an attention-seeking tactic. They say Annamalai wants to catch the eye of the Prime Minister after he was ignored for a cabinet berth.
L. Murugan, who was the president of the BJP Tamil Nadu state, did the same thing, and he became a minister in the Union cabinet. Maybe Annamalai is trying to follow L. Murugan and want to become... he carried the veil and travelled all over the city, state. I think Annamalai wants to follow L. Murugan so that he also becomes a minister in the government of India. Otherwise, I don't think that is not political. These activities are not political.
Atonement or attention, we will let you decide. But the cause Annamalai is drawing attention to is important. A 19-year-old second-year student was raped inside the campus of the Anna University on December 23rd. The BJP has alleged that the accused, Gunasekaran, had links with the DMK and was initially protected by the party. In fact, Annamalai, while making this claim, took to social media to post pictures of the accused, now arrested, with 2 DMK ministers, Stalin Jr. and Ma Subramania. The BJP has also accused the police and the DMK of leaking the FIR where the victim's identity was put out in the public domain. The AIDMK is now demanding a CBI probe. The Stalin government has refuted the allegations. The minister has claimed that the photographs of those accused with 2 DMK ministers were taken during public events. The police have also claimed that a fresh FIR will be registered to probe the leaked FIR that included the rape victim's identity.
So he is not a DMK member, he is not a DMK volunteer or DMK youth wing member or student wing member. He is in no way connected with DMK. He is some other third party only. He is not a person belonging to DMK.
While Mr. Annamalai has launched a high-profile campaign in Tamil Nadu in 2024 and got much media attention for his Padyatra, the BJP scored a duck. Mr. Annamalai lost his own seat from Coimbatore. This was worse than the last assembly election, where the BJP won only 4 seats. Actually, slightly better. So is Mr. Annamalai crying for attention, or is it an attempt at atonement? I'm putting that question to my guests who are joining me this evening. Thank you very much. Narayan Tirupati is spokesperson of the BJP. YG Madhuvanti ji is an actress. She's joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much. Dr. Pullarao is a political analyst, will be speaking on behalf of the DMK. Thank you very much. And Dr. Narayan Lakshman, good to have you back on Mirror Now. He's a senior journalist.
It's not. I am a political analyst. I don't represent.
Yes, Dr.
party.
Rao, I know you're going to say you're going to speak on behalf of yourself. I understand that.
That's what you should say. Otherwise, somebody will refute me. It's not nice. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Rao will be speaking on behalf of himself, not the DMK. Thank you very much. And I see PK Jain, who's a retired senior IPS officer on the screen as well. Mr. Jain, good to have you back on the show. Thank you very much. Narayan Tirupati ji, good evening. Long time no see. How are you doing? How do you view what the DMK and the Congress party are saying? They are saying this is not atonement. This is all attention-seeking tactics by Mr. Annamalai, who feels completely ignored by his own party at the center.
It is not a surprise that the DMK and the Congress are mocking what Mr. Annamalai does. This is a culture. This has been doing in many centuries and centuries, calling the God to punish those people who are guilty. So Mr. Annamalai, by hurting himself, by flogging himself, has called the God, because only God can save this Tamil Nadu state, because there is absolute lawlessness is happening in Tamil Nadu. So absolutely, what Mr. Annamalai has done, maybe as you had tried to mock at Annamalai today, but I don't think that is fair. But he has done the right thing.
Who am I to mock at anyone, sir?
God. No.
I am only a journalist.
I have been watching. A journalist has got all right to mock, all right to comment, all right to wish, all right to. You have got everything right. So there is no issue. Even I have got the right to say that you did that. So I felt that you mocked that. So what Mr. Annamalai has done is a practice in Tamil Nadu. It is a culture, calling the God to take care of, to punish those people who are not doing justice. So that is the reason, because the ruler is not doing justice. So he is calling the God to do the justice. That is what he has done. So by when we go fasting, that is also making ourselves suffer. That is what Mr. Annamalai has done. When nobody dared to do that, no, he has done it. And it is in practice. When Rahul Gandhi does it, people are, they say, see, Rahul Gandhi has done this. And when Mr. Annamalai does it, they say it is an acting. That is not right. So what he has done is right. And you see, one minute, let me
Mr.
finish.
Tirupati, but I don't remember any politician, mainstream politician, doing what Mr. Annamalai has done. I understand walking bare feet. I understand a 48-day fast. All of that is part of India's political culture. We have seen other leaders do it. Now, questions are simply being raised because we have never seen something like this. This is very dramatic.
Shreya, that is why I said you don't know. Because you don't know, you say this is not been done. It is a practice in Tamil Nadu. I can show you many hundreds and hundreds of years in practice. I will show you every each and every village it is happening in Tamil Nadu. The culture differs. India is a diverse country. You don't know.
Achha.
Okay, learn it. Simple. See, what we are saying. What we are saying is only this. The absolute misadministration in Anna University. No vice chancellor for so many months. And these people say so many things. They say it is not a DMK person. The higher education minister says it is a individual happening. You please understand. He says it is an individual person, and you cannot do politics in this. We are saying it is a government premises, government university, and how dare he says it is an individual thing. So there is misadministration. This Jnanasegaran is definitely belongs to DMK. You can't say, see, if he has belonged, I don't problem him being in DMK. Now he has done a crime, DMK has to oust him. You have to throw him out. That you are not doing this. This is what we are saying. And what Annamalai has done, nobody has done, as you rightly said, because nobody took that step. Mr. Annamalai has gone to the God. That is a practice in Tamil Nadu for a very long years. And maybe you don't know, the public in North India doesn't know.
Mr. Tirupati, I don't know, but the fact is that I do come from Lucknow, where Shia Muslims during Muharram do this entire self-flagellation exercise. So I've grown up seeing this. I've just never seen a politician do it. So excuse me if I'm a little surprised. But Dr. Pullarao, just come in here. Mr. Tirupati is saying, Galat kya kiya? What wrong has he done? What he's doing on your screens right now, and let's put those pictures back again, is part of Tamil culture. And he is drawing attention to a serious crime that has happened inside a university campus. What is wrong?
Okay. No, he's a very highly educated man, Mr. Annamalai. He's known all over the country. And I don't deny him his right to do what he likes. But is this the kind of example he's going to set? Is this necessary for him? Mr. Tirupati is a very senior person. Is it necessary for him to do this? What kind of example is he setting? Self-flagellation. And then, self-immolation. All those things first. You have heard all of that in India. Extreme things in Tamil Nadu, other things. Is it necessary? I really don't know. I mean, what came over him to do this? Because I always thought, and that's his background. He's a highly regarded personality in his own earlier career, and he's a hardworking man, all of that. But whether it was something impulsively he did it, maybe sometimes, you get impulsive when you feel very helpless or something. But this is extraordinary, what he's doing. And how long will he do it? He can't do it again. This was only a one-time settlement, as they say. He can't do it again. And of course, it is not don't compare this to the Lucknow self-flagellations. You and I know better than that. This is a little bit of a harmless stuff, but to be fair to him and all of that. But it's unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. And a man like him, if he does it, what is the example he set to people? That's what I want to know. Is this politics? Mr. Modi rightly said he's going to introduce 10 lakh new politicians into the country, which we very badly need. We need new blood. But this is not the way we can expect from our leaders of any party if they do this. I really wish that better counsel will prepare. Otherwise, what is the point? You tell me. The whole attention has gone away from the victim now. Whatever the victim's name is, another thing. The whole thing. The seriousness of the crime has now dissipated. The seriousness of the issue, right? It is now focused on another personality. So I definitely feel sorry at this. I can say more outrageous things. I can say more sarcastic things. I won't, because that will make it even more trite. And I wish better counsel would prepare on this party.
Okay, so YG Madhumanti, then help me understand, and I'm just taking a cue from what Dr. Rao is saying. What exactly has this entire self-flagellation exercise achieved? Has it brought justice to the victim? Has it made things better at the Anna University campus? Have you not drawn away attention from the crime, from the young student herself? Has Mr. Annamalai, Ms. Madhumanti, made this about himself now?
Good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. From the time you started this debate, being an actress, I can see the kind of modulation that you are using when you speak about this entire matter and the kind of narrative you are trying to set. Let me make it very clear to you. Mr. Annamalai doesn't need to whip himself to get publicly acknowledged or get popular in Tamil Nadu. He is already the most popular politician in Tamil Nadu in his age. And he's popular across the country and across the globe. He doesn't need to whip himself 6 times to get popular. Being an actress, I completely understand that this is not something about theatrics. And let the DMK and their family and their members not talk about theatrics. Arey yaar, the entire family came to power based on writing for theater, writing for cinema, and acting in cinema. Come on. Let's not talk about who does theatrics to come into politics. Tamil Nadu, that is the way to enter politics. So let's not talk about theatrics. And DMK of all people is the last party that should be talking about theatrics in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Annamalai has taken this very personally. It has affected him. And self-flogging is part of the culture of Tamil Nadu, like Mr. Tirupati very rightly said. I am amazed that Mr. Pullarao, who lives in the south of India, seems to be amused about the whole thing. You very rightly spoke about Muharram, which is also a practice that is part of the Islamic faith for several years, which is the case here. We have people who walk on fire. We have people who hold fire pots. We have people who pierce themselves with the Murugan's spear. There are many things that happen as part of the culture of Tamil Nadu, and that is what Mr. Annamalai is trying to project, because he's sick and tired of the law and its system here. So he's appealing to Lord Muruga, which is why 6. Why 6 times you flog? Because you spoke about 2 small times of flogging. The 6 big times of flogging is because Muruga has 6 houses located inside Tamil Nadu, which is why the number 6 is very important for Lord Muruga, which is why Annamalai did what he did.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Madhuvanti, I asked you a simple question. I asked you what this exercise has actually ended up achieving. You say that you're making fun of it, that everyone in Tamil Nadu politics is an expert at theatrics. I take all of that. But I want to ask you what this has achieved. You're saying this is not for attention. But what has it actually practically achieved? Except,
it has achieved
except making him the big story of the day.
No. It has achieved a lot of youth. A lot of students have started waking up to seeing exactly what happened. Sometimes you need a little bit of exaggeration to make people who are acting as though they are sleeping, you need to throw hot water on their faces sometimes to wake them up. And this is what Mr. Annamalai has done. He's not done it to gather attention for himself, but he's done it to pour hot water on the incident, to gather attention about the incident that has occurred, because a repeat offender gets free access and royal entry into Anna University, and the FIR gets leaked because of a technical glitch. I mean, where is this headed in Tamil Nadu? You're talking about it, you're debating about it, so he's achieved what he wanted to achieve.
Dr. Narayan Lakshman, maybe that was the idea, to get to the headlines, to become the big story. But here, Madhuvanti ji is saying, look, Annamalai doesn't need to whip himself 6 times or 8 times to get attention. Is this about attention? Is this about atonement? Is he making it personal? Is it about not getting that cabinet berth? What is this about? Just put it in journalistic perspective for us.
Well, Shreya, I think you could buy this argument that it was about Tamil culture. And by the way, I'm very aware of it myself. And yes, it does happen sometimes. The small giveaway which reveals intentions more than anything else is the fact that it was done in front of a vast cohort of TV cameras. If you are truly penitent and truly deeply into Tamil culture of self-flagellation, you go quietly to a Murugan Kovil somewhere or in the privacy of your home and do it. And you can talk about it later. This drama of a supporter counting the 6 and then coming to hug him to stop the 7th, and that just reeks of publicity hunger. And you have set the context very well in introducing this story. Obviously, Mr. Annamalai was denied a berth in the ministry, in the government. And after their performance in the election, his very survival as a political entity is in question. I'm not saying they've made no progress. Of course, I recognize that vote share went up of the BJP and its allies. But they have a long way to go, and it was a very big disappointment to come away with the number 0. So I think this is a man and a leader and a political party in Tamil Nadu, which is facing a near existential crisis. And of course, it's a very deep-pocketed party, so you can expect funding, you can expect support through whatever central agencies do these days to help their masters. All of those things will continue to happen and play in the BJP's favor in Tamil Nadu, but they still remain a bit player. They will, therefore, resort to, as Ms. Madhuvanti put it correctly, theatrics. And the fact of theatrics is just revealed by the fact of TV cameras being there to record it as if it was a sort of a Rajinikanth film unfolding before our eyes.
Thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Tirupati, good to have you on the show. Madhuvanti ji, good to have you on the show. Dr. Rao, thank you very much. And Dr. Narayan Lakshman and PK Jain, thank you very much. Grateful to all of you for being with us on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'm slipping into a break. News continues on the other side.